Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Mike's DVDs and Blu-rays collection. I'm your host Mike. Today I want to spotlight some melodramas, some dramas from the classic golden era of Hollywood. Some movies that are bona fide classics. Just a few that I want to spotlight. Some of these are really good. Let's get right to it. First one I want to show is Grand Hotel. This is, I just recently got this. This was released on Warner Brothers. This is not an archive release, which I'm surprised, but it's got a making of documentary, which is really cool. It's got a Jeffrey Vance commentary. It's got some trailers. It's got a lot of cool little extras on it. But let's get to the movie. 1932, this was a big movie. And why it was a big movie was it had stars like Greta Garbo. Greta Garbo was the biggest actress in Hollywood at the time. She owned the world, so to speak. So Greta Garbo was going to be in it. John Barrymore, which he was still a prestigious actor by this point. He had his problems with alcohol and womanizing, and he had problems starting because he was a silent screen legend. It also had Joan Crawford, which was really a career-defining role for Joan Crawford. It's also got Wallace Beery, which he's coming off of an Oscar win for the boxing movie The Champ. And this also has John Barrymore's brother, Lionel Barrymore, playing a character in this movie. So it is a stacked cast, and those are the stars, but it also has a few more people in it. It has Louis Stone, Jean Hersholt, or Louis Stone. It's got a bunch of other people. If you're familiar with MGM during this time, and you know the people that were under contract, and you would see these not bit actors, but supporting cast that you would see in a lot of movies. So it's got a lot of familiar faces throughout this movie. But yeah, Grand Hotel, prestigious movie from 1932. MGM the next year would make another big prestigious picture called Dinner at 8, which had some of the similar cast, but it had Jean Harlow as the star. But to talk about this won Best Picture at the Oscars for the 1931-32 year. Basically, this is, let me talk about a little bit of it. If you're not familiar with this, this is kind of based on a lot of dramas, or based on this kind of formula all the way to whenever. But Berlin's finest hotel is known as the Grand Hotel. But a ruined aristocrat. Gosh, so he was famous, wealthy, known person. John Barrymore, he's that guy. Terminally ill clerk who's dying, and his final wish is he saved up money to spend his last days at the greatest hotel in the world. Lionel Barrymore has that role. Wallace Beery plays a ruthless tycoon. Scheming stenographer is played by Joan Crawford. And a disillusioned ballerina, famously played by Greta Garbo. Teaming them was a masterstroke whose success fostered more star-packed extravaganzas such as Dinner at 8. The Radiant film captured the 1931-32 Best Picture Academy Award, and it was a great showcase for all the actors to do what they do best, and a great movie for MGM. They were riding high they were probably the biggest studio in the 30s. They really survived the Depression. They were paying their actors and actresses wealthy contract pay, so Grand Hotel, a great movie to check out. So yeah. So next up, guys, I got a couple of movies. These were directed by Douglas Sirk. Douglas Sirk is a famous director, writer, director, producer from Germany. He came over in the 30s from Germany. He had worked in the German film business, doing some of the what do you call it? Some of the most famous movies, and he worked with some of the famous actors and directors over in Germany. But when he came to Hollywood, his real niche was in dramas, and his movies are of legend now. Some of the best remembered dramas of the 1950s were Douglas Sirk movies, and this is one of them, Magnificent Obsession. And this is the Criterion Bluray release of it. This came out in 1954. It also stars Rock Hudson. And this movie was filmed previously in the 1930s. Same story and everything. Rock Hudson basically plays a reckless playboy who crashes his boat and kills the husband of the star. I always forget her name. Jane Wyman kills her husband. A couple years go by, and somehow or another they fall in love with each other. Yeah, melodrama. There you go. All you need for a melodrama right there. So, but it's an absolute classic, great movie. I'm not a big fan of the melodrama, but Douglas Sirk does it very well. Very memorable, very soap opera-y, very, kind of cool. He's made some really cool movies like The Tarnished Angels, stuff like that, which are really good, very well written scripts. But yeah, Magnificent Obsession, check this out. This is a great release from Criterion. It's got the original 1935 John Stahl directed one. John Stahl directed some really good movies. We'll go on. It's got a good documentary called From Ufa to Hollywood, The Douglas Sirk Remembers. It's a documentary from 1991. It's got an interview in 2000 with screenwriter Robert Blees. It's got an audio commentary by Thomas Daughtry. So yeah, Magnificent Obsession. Great movie. It's one of those movies that, even though it's a melodrama and all this stuff and soap opera and everything, it's not very macho, but it's got what it takes. It's a great drama. It's just got great acting, beautiful Technicolor. By then, Universal was shooting widescreen, I believe. I think it's more of a 1.85. Is it widescreen? No, it's at a 2:1 aspect ratio, which is kind of like a VistaVision or something aspect ratio. And finally, guys, this is another Douglas Sirk Criterion release. This is a DVD of a movie called Written on the Wind. Now, I don't believe it's on Blu-ray yet. I don't think. Maybe if it's reissued, I'll get it. I'm surprised it's not been reissued on DVD yet. Magnificent Obsession was previously out on a DVD edition by Criterion. But this is from 1956. We have the returning actor Rock Hudson. We got Robert Stack, Lauren Bacall, Dorothy Malone. Written on the Wind is one of my personal favorite dramas from the 1950s. It is a great movie. I mean, it's got some scenes with Dorothy Malone playing this like sex kitten, oversexed as she's described in the movie. Rock Hudson, just kind of the little guy who's come up. He's got some scruples. Robert Stack is the kind of the rich boy that's had everything, and he's the he's an oil tycoon. He's inherited all this wealth, and Lauren Bacall kind of comes in between the two guys and stuff. So you have to watch the movie to find out who she really falls in love with. But there's some good, man, these are some good movies. And there's another Douglas Sirk movie that's Criterion released. Gosh, I can't think of it right now. But it's another great movie. I think it has Rock Hudson in it again. But he was really good in these movies. He was really good in westerns. He was really good. He was just a really good actor back then. And he was very versatile. This kind of showed his range and stuff. So Written on the Wind, this is an older DVD copy. I don't believe it's on Blu-ray. I mean, if it is, let me know in the comments. I don't believe. But Written on the Wind's got some special stuff. It's got the Melodrama Archive. It's a filmography of Douglas Sirk with hundreds of behind-the-scenes photos. It's got the original trailer. The movie I'm thinking of is All That Heaven Allows. That is a really good movie also. That's available on Blu-ray, Criterion release. But really, it's not much on this release. This came out in, I think, 2005 or 2006. This is kind of an earlier DVD Criterion, so they didn't really pack this much, because back then if they had a lot of supplements, it would be a 2-disc edition. So basically the movie is what you get, and it's a lot of movie for you. But if that ever comes out on Blu-ray by Criterion, I'll definitely snatch it up, because it's a great movie, man. It's just so crazy. Dorothy Malone, Robert Stack, Lauren Bacall is really good in this movie. So yeah. So there you go. Check that out. Written on the Wind. Write it down. And that's about it, guys, for these dramas. I just wanted to kind of focus on those. Those really don't fit in with some of the other stuff I cover sometimes, and I just wanted to spotlight those. Big movies in the 30s and 50s. Those were the height of what Hollywood was doing, how good it was with writing these stories and stuff. So there you go. I hope you enjoyed it. If you liked it, give me a thumbs up. If you haven't already subscribed to my channel, subscribe today. Hit the bell so you're notified. Smash it, hit it, slap it, whatever the kids are saying these days. Hit the bell, you're notified. And always comment. Please comment. I love hearing from you guys. I love meeting other subscribers, other YouTubers, and getting their words about it. So there you go, guys. I'll see you guys next time. Always watch good movies and be cool. Later, guys.